Good morning. Glenn Daniels here with you today, COO of Touchstone Publishers. And in today's episode, we will be discussing the power of the morning ritual, how to turn it into what you need to get it done. So let's get started. I want to welcome everybody to our broadcast today, our podcast. We're going to discuss our morning rituals and how powerful they can be. Now, some of us have seen these morning rituals or habits that can drive you towards success, but sometimes we see that these morning rituals are 10, 14, 15 steps long. A lot of high performers have morning rituals that take 2 hours or plus. So you have to start early, 3 in the morning to get a good day in. The power behind your morning ritual or your morning habits is simply this. If you win the morning, you have a much better chance of winning the day. So I want to throw out something that might be a little bit controversial here. High performance does not mean a long list of morning habits. You don't need a list of morning habits. Matter of fact, let me give you 3 habits. I think that if you apply these habits, these morning rituals, you'll find yourself well on the way to win in the morning, thus winning the day. Number 1, I think you need to honor the quiet. You need to be quiet yourself. You need to enjoy the silence. At best, focus on one thing and one thing only. It may be a mantra. It may be a verse from the Bible. It may be a verse from the Quran. It may be whatever it is. Have it focus on just one thing. Maybe just say it over and over again so you see nothing else. You hear nothing else. You get to the point where you can just listen to the silence. So a great example of this is on your morning walk. If you listen to the silence, what can you hear? You can go all the way back deep and listen to the cars that are half a mile away. You can hear those. Or you can hear the birds just waking up and just starting to chatter to each other. Or you can go in the silence and listen to the pure silence. I have a suggestion for you. If you've never done this, go into the mountains or some campsite where it's just ghostly quiet at nighttime and listen to the silence. What you're listening for is what this mountain or campsite or forest is saying. That's what you listen for, not what's the chatter in your head. Be quiet. Habit number 1, ritual number 1. Spend a few minutes of being quiet, going deep into the silence. I'm going to suggest number 2 is find a way to move your body. Find a way to move your body. Maybe you do 20 minutes of yoga. Maybe you do that high intensity workout for 14 minutes. Find a way to move your body immediately. This is not your exercise session, though. This is just a way for you to move your body to help the brain flow, help everything get going for you in the right way. Move your body. Find a way to move your body. If it's just stretching, stretch. Okay. I said 20 minutes, but let me make sure we're clear on this. I think 10 minutes is enough of being quiet. 20 minutes is great, but I think 10 minutes is enough. I think 10 minutes or whatever you can do to move your body. So sometimes if you're just stretching, maybe that's only a 5-minute thing. Or maybe it is 20 minutes. You decide, but you just make sure that's part of your morning habits, your morning ritual to be quiet. Listen to the silence. Move your body. And then the third part of this, I think is the only thing that you need, is to find some time to plan the day. Don't start the day unless you already have a well-structured out plan on how you're going to make that happen. Now, most of us will plan the day the night before. Okay, that's great. If you're that productive, great. You still should go ahead and plan the day. If nothing more than review what you did yesterday, what you wrote down yesterday. If you didn't do that, plan your day. Say, here's my top 3 things I have to get done today. Write those down. Get those in order. This is number 1, number 2, number 3. These are the top 3 things. Can't allow anything else to affect that. These are the top 3 things I think you have to do. These things, once you start doing this, they come together for you. So you have to be able to enjoy the silence. Move your body and plan the day. That's my 3 habits, my 3 morning rituals. I think that if you apply those, I think in 6 weeks from now, if you apply those 7 days a week for the next 6 weeks, there'll be a shift that you didn't notice at the first 2 or 3 days. But 6 weeks from now, you'll notice a shift. Your ability to win the day by simply winning the morning. All right, and let's talk about one last thing here. Let's go to one last thing here. And our last thing we're going to discuss here is your ability to So we've got a couple of things going on here. Is your ability to circumvent all this with one very most powerful worship. If you do nothing else, do this most powerful thing. Before your feet hit the floor, say the word yes. We've talked about this before, but I want to emphasize it now that we're live on this broadcast and everything's going out for us. Say yes. Find ways to say yes. Don't find ways to say yes. Just say yes. It comes to my mind right now. Do not try it. Just do it. Say yes. Get yourself going for the day by saying yes. Now, I'm not saying say yes, I'm going to have a great day, or say yes. It's just the word yes. As your feet are hitting the floor or before your feet hit the floor, say yes. Let your mind fill in the blanks. Let your life fill in the blanks. But if you say yes at the start of your day, you're saying yes to the whole day. Yes to the whole day. How do you want that day to come out? Saying yes will help you set that expectation up. Say yes. So maybe your 4 things that you will need to do. I know we said 3, but maybe the 4 things you need to do for your morning ritual is to say yes as your feet are hitting the floor. Meditate, move your body, and plan the day. Don't work your day without a plan. Don't work your mind without your body moving, and get some silence in your mind. Okay, that's what I would suggest that you do. I think you might find it very simple, very easy to have that take place for yourself. So make a checklist, by the way. Make sure you can check that off. Make sure you can do that. Okay, let's just have that happen for yourself. Make that checklist so you can do that. All righty. So we will be back again tomorrow morning, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We're on Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, anywhere between 10 minutes to 15 minutes, just with some thoughts. We'll start eventually having some guests for a quick 7-minute segment. By the way, if you know anybody who might be a good guest, if that's you, let me know. Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. See if it can be a good guest for our program. Monday through Thursdays, 9 a.m. It's 10, 15 minutes, where we're going to really sit down and talk about leadership skills in the news. This is Essential Leadership Skills, the podcast. I want to thank you very much for spending a lot of your time with us today, or this morning.